When your code doesn't work, what's the first thing you do? If your answer is start changing things until it works, you're making debugging much harder than it needs to be. Let's look at a tiny example. This program checks whether someone is allowed access. Our requirement says anyone who's 18 or older should be allowed. But when I run it with an age of 18, we get access denied. We could start guessing. Maybe change 18 to 19. And now it works. Except we haven't fixed the bug. We've just stopped testing the case that exposes it. Instead, let's debug this systematically. First, reproduce the problem. Age 18 consistently gives us access denied. Next, be clear about what you expected and what actually happened. We expected access to be granted, but it was denied. Now let's narrow down where that decision is being made. The output depends on this canAccess function, so that's a good place to investigate. Instead of adding random console.writeLine statements everywhere, let's use the debugger. I'll put a breakpoint inside the function and run the program again. The program pauses here, and now we can inspect its actual state. Notice that age is 18. So the correct value reached the function. Now look at our condition. We're checking whether age is greater than 18. But 18 isn't greater than 18, so this expression evaluates to false. And now we know the actual cause. Our requirement says 18 or older, so this should be greater than or equal to 18. Let's change the condition and run the program again. Now an 18-year-old gets access, but don't stop just because the failing example works. Let's test around the boundary. 17 should fail. 18 should pass. 19 should pass. And that's the basic idea behind effective debugging. Reproduce the problem. Define what you expected. Narrow down where it's happening. Inspect what the program is actually doing. Understand the cause. Make the smallest reasonable fix, then verify it. A debugger doesn't magically tell you where every bug is. It gives you something much more useful. The ability to see what your program is actually doing instead of guessing what you think it's doing.